In the name of Allah, the most gracious and most merciful. Assalamu alaikum viewers, my name is Iram Jabbar. I would like to welcome you in my chemistry class. In our today's lecture, we will discuss about empirical formula. First of all, we will discuss about formula. A chemical formula is a notation which show number of atoms and type of atoms present in a molecule. And to show atoms and number of atoms, we use atomic symbols and numerical subscripts. For example, in case of water, H and O represent hydrogen and oxygen atom, while the number 2 represent that two hydrogen atoms are present in a molecule. This chemical notation is known as chemical formula. In the same way, in case of sulfuric acid, we write H2SO4. Here, H represent hydrogen element, S represent sulfur element and O represent oxygen atom, and number 2 show that there are two hydrogen atoms present in one sulfuric acid molecule and one sulfur atom and four oxygen atoms are present in sulfuric acid molecule. In the same way, glucose have formula C6H12O6 having 6 carbon, 12 hydrogen and 6 oxygen atom. These chemical notations are known as chemical formulas. And there are three types of chemical formulas: empirical formula, molecular formula and structural formula. We will discuss one by one each type of formulas. First of all, we will discuss about empirical formula. Empirical formula is that chemical formula which shows simplest ratio present between elements of a compound. This formula shows simple ratio of atoms which are present between combining atom. This formula doesn't show exact number of atoms, just simple ratio is represented by chemical formula. For example, formula of benzene is C6H6. When we calculate simplest ratio for benzene, then ratio is 1:1, and the simplest formula for benzene is CH. So the empirical formula of benzene is CH. In the same way, formula of glucose is C6H12O6. And when we establish a simplest ratio between carbon, hydrogen and oxygen element, then the simplest ratio is 1:2:1. So the empirical formula of glucose becomes CH2O. Now come to the next part of our topic, how we can determine empirical formula of a compound. We can determine empirical formula of a compound if we know the percentage composition of elements present in a compound. After determination of chemical composition of elements present in a compound, next step is to calculate the number of gram atoms or number of moles of each element. And to calculate number of moles, divide the mass of each element, here in this case is percentage, with molar mass of the element. By dividing the percentage or mass of element with its molar mass, we come to know the number of moles of that specific element. After calculation of number of mole, next step is to calculate the atomic ratio. And to calculate atomic ratio, divide the number of moles of each component with the smallest value of number of moles present in a molecule. After that, write empirical formula according to atomic ratio if the atomic ratio is a whole number. But In some cases, if atomic ratio is not a whole number, then convert this number into whole numbers. And to convert a number, fractional number, into whole number, multiply it with suitable digit. Here you will multiply all the atomic ratio of combining atom with the suitable digit and make a whole number. After that, again write empirical formula according to that ratio. Mean, to calculate empirical formula of a compound, we need percentage composition, number of moles, atomic ratio and empirical formula. Then can be written for a compound. Let's discuss an example. Ascorbic acid contain 40.92% carbon, 4.58% hydrogen and 54.5% of oxygen by mass. What is the empirical formula of ascorbic acid? As I told you earlier that to calculate empirical formula, first step is to calculate percentage composition. Here percentage composition is already given to us. So the next step is to calculate number of moles. And to calculate number of mole, divide the mass of each element with its molar mass. Here the given mass is percentages of element. So to calculate number of moles of carbon, divide the percentage of carbon with the molar mass of carbon. And you know that molar mass of carbon is 12. So divide carbon percentage with molar mass 40.92 by 12, then the number of mole of carbon is 3.41. In the same way, calculate number of moles of hydrogen. For this purpose, divide the percentage of hydrogen 4.18 with its molar mass 1.008 and the number of mole is 4.54. In the same way, calculate number of moles of oxygen. For this purpose, divide the percentage of oxygen 54.5 with the molar mass of oxygen, and molar mass of oxygen is 16 and the answer becomes 3.406. We calculate the number of moles. So the next step is to calculate atomic ratio. And we can calculate atomic ratio by dividing the number of moles of each element with the smallest value of moles. In this case, smallest value is 3.41. So divide the all number of moles with this value. Atomic ratio for carbon is 3.41 divided by 3.41 because the number of moles of carbon is also 3.41. And the atomic ratio become 1. Atomic ratio of hydrogen is 4.54 divided by 3.41 and ratio become 1.33 because calculated moles for hydrogen is 4.54 and 3.41 again is the smallest value of moles. In the same way, calculate atomic ratio of oxygen. For this purpose, divide the moles of oxygen 3.41 with the smallest mole 3.41 and the answer become 1. So we obtain simplest ratio as 1, 1.33 and 1. Here you can see that 1.33 is not a exact whole number, it's a fractional number. So in order to convert it into a whole number, we need to multiply all the atomic ratio with some suitable digit. When we multiply this atomic ratio by 2, then answer become 2, 2.66 and 2. 2.66 is also not a whole number. When we multiplying this atomic ratio with 3, then the answer become 3, 3.99 and 3. 3.99 is more close to whole number. That's why we multiply all the atomic ratio with 3 and the answer become 3, 4 and 3. Here you can see that atomic number 3 atomic ratio 3 for carbon, atomic ratio 4 for hydrogen, and atomic ratio 3 for oxygen. So the empirical formula of ascorbic acid becomes C3H4O3. In this way, we calculate the empirical formula of any compound if we are knowing the percentage composition. First step is to calculate percentage composition. Next step is to calculate number of moles. Third step is to calculate atomic ratio. And the last one is to write empirical formula according to ratio. And if atomic ratio is not a whole number, then first convert this number into a whole number by multiplying with suitable digit. After that, write empirical formula according to ratio. I hope you understand. Thank you. It's all about today's lecture.